tourism management. Given the ever-changing nature of the tourism industry and its dependence on strong customer relationships, grasping the interaction between these elements is crucial. The study utilizes a mixed method approach, incorporating survey and interviews to thoroughly examine the connections among socio-economic indicators, cultural dimensions, and CRM strategies. Exploring theoretical frameworks related to CRM, the literature review investigates the impact of socio-economic factors and cultural dimensions. Through a, through a thorough analysis of our previous research, the work uncovers deficiencies in the current body of knowledge, setting the stage for a unique addition to the discipline. The methodology section outlines the selected research design, data collection methods, setting the stage for a unique addition to the discipline. The methodology section outlines the selected research design, data collection method, and ethical consideration. Examining the data through statistical analysis and quantitative methods helps reveal patterns and gain deeper insights. In the following sections of the study, we delve into how economic stability, economic level, and socio-demographics affect CRM in tourism. In addition, the study delves into cultural aspects, highlighting the significance of heritage and cultural tourism influencing CRM strategy. By conducting a comprehensive analysis, the study seeks to uncover the relationship between socio-economic, economic, and cultural factors, providing valuable insights for tourism management. The results will help in developing strategies that are suitable for different cultural settings, enhancing customer relationships, supporting the long-term development of the tourism sector. Concluding the study, the findings are summarized, the contribution to existing knowledge is emphasized, and suggestions for future research are put forward. By exploring these connections, the study aims to deepen our comprehension of the intricacies in tourism management, ultimately aiding industry professionals and scholars. Now, I would like to give a brief description about the topic. An analytical study of correlations among socio-economic, cultural factors and customer relationship management in tourism management seeks to uncover the intricate connections between these elements within the tourism industry. Socio-economic factors such as income levels, education, and employment status profoundly influence consumer behavior and spending patterns in tourism. Likewise, cultural factors, including customs, traditions, and values, shape tourist preferences and expectations. Effective CRM strategies tailored to specific socio-economic and cultural contexts are crucial for fostering long-term relationships with the customers. By analyzing these correlations, tourism business can develop more targeted and culturally sensitive CRM initiatives to enhance customer satisfaction and loyalty. This approach involves gathering and analyzing data on socio-economic indicators and cultural dimensions and CRM practices, followed by statistical analysis and cross-cultural comparisons to identify trends and best practices. Ultimately, the insights gained from this study can inform policymakers and industry stakeholders on designing more effective CRM strategies that cater to diverse cultural backgrounds and socio-economic disparities within the tourism sector. By this slide, we can see that how we can, in the traveling CRM, how it could interpret. Like we can lead to the lead CRM, travel invoice, booking systems for the customers, itinerary building, or what all the facilities we can give for the customers, lead reports, what are the facilities like reviews and all, and booking reports, payment modes, client profile, automated follow-ups, visa management, lead tracking, book tracking. These all facilities could help a CRM and could acknowledge better practices in the tourism management. Now, I come with the objectives of my study to analyze the relationship between socio-economic factors and CRM in tourism, to examine the impact of cultural factors on CRM in the context of tourism management, and thirdly, to identify the interplay between socio-economic and cultural factors in influencing CRM strategies in tourism. I'd like to mention what are the methodologies I had used. Firstly, I had designed about the research design, where to address the complexity of correlations among socio-economic, cultural factors and customer relationship management in tourism management, and where I had used mixed method approach will be employed. And this approach integrates both qualitative and quantitative research methods, allowing for comprehensive and nuanced understanding of the subject. Justification for the chosen research design: the mixed method is designed to triangulate data from different sources, providing a more robust and holistic view of the correlation under investigation. This approach allows the validation and enrichment of qualitative findings through qualitative insights, fostering a deeper understanding of the complex relationship between the tourism industry. While collecting the data, the secondary data is always being collected from the various sources, including published research papers, government reports, organizational records, and other publicly available data sets. Secondary data can be valuable for the study. And for data analysis, I had used quantitative data analysis. And with this analysis, statistical analysis is conducted using appropriate tools such as regression analysis and correlation efficiency to examine the relationship among socio-economic factors, cultural dimension, and CRM effectiveness. The quantitative data analysis aims to identify trends and statistical collected data. Data analysis views will be analyzed thematically, extract key insights and emerging themes, and coding and categorization will be employed to organize qualitative data, providing a deeper understanding participants' perspectives on the correlations under study. By the data analysis, we can go for the, we can analyze with the different tables being drawn that I have been included here. Table 1, where I have shown that income level and travel preferences. Income level and travel as per the person's individuals income levels, they prefer the travel preferences, like on the low income level, people generally prefer for and they plan for the adventure and travel, which is in there. The CRM satisfaction is about 7.2, and in the moderate number of participant, you can see that is 80, and the preferred type travel could be cultural or the tourism, and the CRM satisfaction is 6.3, and where you can see high income level, the travel preferences is gone for the luxury and travel, and the satisfaction level is 8.3, and very high income level travel preferences, it shows that they go for the ecotourism, and they conduct, they basically will work for the luxury and travel. And second table shows economic stability perception of participants, where economic stability, that is, we strongly agree that the participants, like 60 from the above sample size from the 200, 60 number of participants agree by this economic stability, and 81 agree, and neutrally 40%, and disagree 15, and strongly disagree 5. Now the third table, demographic influence on CRM. As per the age group, gender, occupation, and the CRM effectiveness, we could analyze that how the person's occupation been designed for the travel and tourism. Okay. Then finally, I would like to conclude my presentation with this research delves into the intricate correlations among socio-economic, cultural factors, unraveling their impact on CRM within the tourism industry. The study unscores underscores the nuanced interplay between income levels, economic stability, cultural dimensions, and CRM effectiveness, offering valuable insights for tourism management. The positive correlation between higher income levels and heightened CRM satisfaction highlights the need for tailored strategies for different socio-economic segments. And additionally, the study emphasizes the importance of cultural sensitivity in crafting CRM initiative, recognizing the moderate yet significant correlation between cultural dimension and CRM effectiveness. The implications drawn from these findings provide tourism management professional with actionable strategies, including target marketing approaches, investment in ecotourism, and a continuous focus on balancing cultural preservation with economic consideration. By integrating these insights into their practices, the tourism industry can enhance customer satisfaction, foster sustainable tourism practices, and navigate the dynamic landscape of customer relationship with informed and strategic approaches. This research contributes to a deeper understanding of the complexities within tourism management and provides a foundation for future studies exploring the evolving dynamics of the industry. Thank you all for my presentation.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your presentation. And now let's hear any question or comment from our evaluator, Dr. Jenny.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good
First
afternoon,
of all, yeah, Ms. Parihar, I would like to commend your research on this particular topic because it will help boost the tourism industry. Because during the pandemic, during the COVID-19 pandemic, the tourism was hardly hit by this pandemic, and you are here to help the tourism industry. Now, it's just a enhancement or a further improvement of the paper because you've mentioned statistical tool like regression analysis, but I haven't seen or I haven't heard the presentation about the model for the regression analysis. So maybe you can expound on discussing this because this will help you in more on the analytical study side of the three variables that you've mentioned. And lastly, you've mentioned that you also use qualitative analysis. So I guess you can present also the thematic if you use the thematic, the themes that were arrived from the results of your study. I guess those can help improve your paper more. Okay? So again, congratulations for this research.
Thank you,
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jenny and Ma'am Aniwag. All right. Have a good day, ma'am.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Same here, ma'am.
Okay. So we now have the last but not the least for the technical session 1. We have Dr. Pradeep Chaurasha for her paper title, Exploring the Blockchain, Deciphering Investor Preferences in Urban India. Okay, Dr. Pradeep. Dr. Pradeep, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Dr. Pradeep, you may now begin your presentation.
Okay, ma'am. Good afternoon to everyone. I'm Dr. Pradeep Chaurasya. I'm working in IKS University as an associate professor in management department. My topic of discussion is exploring the blockchain, deciphering investor preferences in urban India. The other participants are Mr. Pramod Dwivedi, Dr. Kaushik Mukherjee, Mr. The abstract of my topic is to shape the financial landscape. It is crucial to understand investor preferences as blockchain technology continues to gain popularity globally. Examining the urban investment landscape of India. This research seeks to understand investor preferences in relation to blockchain. Basically, with the help of this topic, we are trying to find out the investors are interested in blockchain investment or not. In fact, the data are collected with the help of a quantitative approach, and Likert scale is used as an instrument to analyze the data. The blockchain, I have also defined the blockchain, what is blockchain and how the investor using blockchain for their investments. As per the part of introduction,
Excuse me,
blockchain,
Dr. Pradeep.
blockchain. Hello.
I think your presentation is not moving. You are still
Presentation actually,
on the first slide.
I'm connected with my mobile, and, uh, and that is only why I don't have. Is it possible for you to show my presentation?
Yes, sir. Okay.
We already sent your presentation.
Yes, sir. We will
Sorry?
do the sharing of your presentation.
Yeah. Already sent you.
What slide number are you now, sir?
Slide number. Actually, I don't know. Slide number. Third number.
Come again, sir. Slide number
Slide number 3.
3. Okay. All right, sir. Please continue, sir, with your presentation. Can you now see the slide?
Yes, thank you. So as for the part of introduction, as I told you that this presentation or this topic is related to investor approach regarding blockchain investment. As per the part of introduction, blockchain are decentralized ledger that use cryptographic assets to securely connect ever-growing set of records or blocks. Both of the initial two-stage block contain information about transactions, timestamp, and a cryptographic hash of the previous block. So here the blockchain, actually the concept of blockchain it came in the year 2009 when one person, very Dokomoto is the name of that person, Dokomoto, came with a concept of cryptocurrency. And with the concept of cryptocurrency, they thought that how will how will people will invest in other instruments like shares, bonds, everything, and how people can pay their money to others with the help of cryptocurrency. So these all are things coming under together. So the basic things which are coming under blockchain are collection of record, and the blockchain actually they are linked to each other. They are strongly registered. They cannot be altered by any number, and they are protected with the cryptography. So basically, this concept is came only because of the security reason. If I give you an example, suppose there are 4 persons A, B, C, D, and see if D wants money from A, B, and C. A, B, and C may have so many options to pay money to D. They can use bank transaction, but when they have a bank transaction, they may face the problem of hacking. So for avoiding this type, cryptocurrency concept and blockchain concept came in existence to avoid this type of problem. So this is all about introduction, but my topic is all about how okay, look at my objective of the study to assess the level of awareness and understanding of blockchain among urban investors in India, to identify the rank the factor influencing investor preferences in blockchain investment, to examine and gauge investor attitude towards regulatory frameworks, to explore the correlation between demographic variable and investor preferences. So the main objective is to understand the customers या फिर investor needs or preferences about blockchain investment. As well as I'm trying to know that what type of factors influencing the preferences of the investor, and absolutely I'm trying to make the correlation between the demographic variable and investor preferences. The research methodology for this type of research, I have used a quantitative research approach where data has been collected from the people mode, as well as 250 participants have been used to collect the data. The sample size of 250 participants. That sun was made with the help of a survey, and the Likert scale was used to administer the data as well as for the data analysis. Statistical tools used. So this is all about research methodology, result analysis. For the result analysis, as per demographic profile, the participant have been collected. If you see my slide, result analysis, age group. I have been taken 16 participants from 18 to 25, age group 80 from 26 to 45, from 36 to 45, 35 from 46 to 55, and 30 from 56 and above. And in gender group, I've been taken 140 participants from male group and 110 from female group. And educational background, 20 participants from high school, 120 from bachelor degree, 80 from master, and 30 from and more employees of different companies and investors or different segments are being used for collection of data. So this is all about demographic profile of participant. The next is table 2 is result analysis, where level of awareness, understanding of blockchain. Level of awareness, understanding of blockchain. I have
Sir
been
Pradeep?
4 statements
Hello, sir.
in which in all 4 statements.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir. My
Yes,
apology, but I have to cut you there due to our limited time.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir, for your presentation. I think
Thank you,
our evaluators have no more questions regarding your research. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank-
Have a good day.
Thank you.
All right. So that ends our technical session 1. So at this juncture, please allow me to introduce our keynote speaker. Our keynote speaker obtained her Bachelor of Business Administration, Management, and Master of Business Administration, Multimedia Marketing from Multimedia University, Malaysia, and her Doctor of Philosophy, majoring in service innovation from University Sains, Malaysia. She is currently a lecturer in the Faculty of Business, where she teaches fundamental of marketing, understanding management, service marketing, brand management, and strategic marketing at the undergraduate level. Her current research areas are social media marketing, consumer behavior, service marketing, branding, and international business. Prior to joining MMU, she was a program coordinator, School of Secretarial and Administrative Studies, and later a program coordinator, School of Business for Stanford College Group. She has over 19 years of experience as an academician. Fellow researchers, our next keynote speaker is Dr. Yo Suk Fern. A round of applause, please.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you very much to the MC for such a beautiful introduction about myself. Can you all hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so bear with my voice, yeah? I'm on the road of recovery for my throat infection. Okay, so let me share my screen. Right, can you all see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. Okay, can I have a show of hands of all the participants? All right, how many of you here actually owns an Instagram account? I believe all of you here in this conference, all of you own an Instagram account. All right, so basically I'm from Multimedia University. So this is my position, all right? I'm currently holding the position of the Deputy Dean for Research and Industrial Collaborations in the Faculty of Business. This is my third year holding this position. So I'm going to share with you my research on the unlocking the power of AI, decoding Instagrammers' purchase decisions in the digitalization era. So before I kickstart on my area of discussion and further we can enhance on this topic, and I welcome all of you to collaborate with me to further, all right, investigate on this area. So a little brief intro about myself from what our MC have introduced just now. So currently, I'm also a visiting professor for Daffodil International University. So total number of years of teaching, I've been in the academic years, all right, for 19 years now. I've published 113 journals, articles, all right, 68 conference papers, proceedings, 8 book chapters, and also I have edited one book, and currently I'm also doing on another book chapter. So if any of the participants here, if you are interested to contribute your chapter in my book, you are free to drop me an email, all right? And these are some of the awards that I've listed which contribute to some of the university ranking. Just to list a few here, but total awards that I won all this while is a total of 72 awards. So you can see that these are my information, my email address, all right, my MMU expertise directory. You can just click on my name and you can look into my profile and also my Google Scholar, okay? So to kickstart on this, now all of us know that internet or technology have been advancing, all right? And this technology advancement is not only in education per se, but it is also in various sectors or even industry. Right. In the olden days, we always talk about brick and mortar businesses. But nowadays, with the new, all right, especially after the COVID-19 pandemic, all right, this new norm have transformed business into a digitalization. And the advancements of this have somehow been part of our daily life. Do you all agree? If you all agree, just put out your hand, even though I can't see you now. All right, I'm just meeting you virtually, but I really hope that I can be there physically with all of you. So according to this market research done by Meticulous in 2020, all right, they find that, you know, there's an increasing demand of AI usage in all online social retailing. And with that, with the emerging of AI, which everybody is talking about it, where we have ChatGPT, which AI is involved, Bing AI, and so on. And with this dynamic business world, all right, everyone is talking about AI, and AI has been taking a center stage for transformation, transformative force, forcing businesses to adopt technology to make or to ensure that their business can progress further and be at the competitive level compared to their competitors. So somehow AI have shaped, all right, the way marketers, businesses analyze their market space, analyze their competitors, but AI also actually helped to interact with customers. It's like my current latest research that I have here, I'm working with UK University, where we actually use one robotic, but that robotic that we are using is actually to bring that robotic with us to go to schools, all right, to collect data, all right, among the primary school students who had mild autism. So that robotic can actually test, all right, the level of respondents from these autistic kids. All right, from there we will come up with the analysis and we will present the result in the next conference. So this is why we say that actually AI and this robotic involvement play a very important role. All right, so I'm still doing that research. So if let's say some of you who are interested, you can contact me for further information on that. So the importance of AI here is not only about business, but also on mental health, on kids' health, and so on in the health industry as well. So we can see that by leveraging the potential of using AI really can help not only in digital marketing, in education, but it will help in some other area. So here I'm trying to look into AI and customer engagement or consumer engagement. We know that AI have been revolved, all right, revolved in the manner that the interaction between consumer, customers with the businesses. Those transactions that you are doing, right, that you are purchasing online, whether on the Shopee platform or any other platform that is available in your country, all these involve the interaction between AI and the consumer, right? So the AI-driven chatbots itself and the virtual assistants, they are providing all these supports, addressing customers' inquiries and delivering those needed services to the end user. But on our side as a marketer or a service provider, we have to ensure that the AI that we are using can realize the objective of an organization. Because the misuse of AI can actually disrupt or affect the brand image of an organization. So with my research, we actually found out that why we study about Instagrammer. Okay, so based on this, the most used platform according to OOSGA Analytics in 2023, you can see that the highest number of users of the platform is actually WhatsApp, Facebook, and third is Instagram. But Instagram is coming up now, right? And my study is among this youth, all right, youth user. And this group of people, they are into Instagram compared to Facebook. So number of users for Instagram and TikTok is coming upwards. So is it worthwhile to look into this area of study? So the biggest revolution here is the fashion industry, all right? It's the fashion industry. I welcome you to actually adopt this and use that model, and also can expand the study in your own country as well. Because fashion apparel industry is booming, all right? And my study is focused on Malaysia. But of course, future research, we can do a comparative study, all right? We can do a comparative study. And apparel industry is booming in the sense that they are using AI actually. You don't even have to go to the mall, all right, to look for your clothes, all right, or any updated fashion. With your mobile, with your desktop, you can just put that clothes on it, all right, on your body without visiting the shop itself because of the AI. So that's the reason why I'm looking into fashion apparel. Now, it's a very simple framework. We were given only 6 months to conduct the study, 6 months. So when we are only given 6 months, we are doing a very simplified model. And then I'm planning to expand this particular model into mediator and some other additional factors with 2 dependent variables. All right, so it's a very simple model because we are given only 6 months to do this study. So what I did is I did a mixed mode, all right? try to have a mixed mode study in your research. Now, why I say mixed mode? Because when you have qualitative and quantitative, you can either start with the qualitative. Now, when you start with qualitative, at least from your interview, you'll be able to know what will be the factors that can actually affect, all right, the consumer's purchase decision. All right, then you can use that result from your qualitative, all right, to make it as a point to justify that these are the factors, therefore you are using this factor in your quantitative study. So you can use both, mixed mode, all right, in your study. So in this study, it's a mixed mode and purposive sampling, because the reason is I already know who I want to research on, okay? Who are my unit analysis? So basically, my unit analysis are those residing in Malaysia, all right? And those who actively browsing, fashion stores that is available on Instagram. So after analyzing on qualitative, I found out that these are the 6 most important factors that have been mentioned by the interviewees. That's how I confirm that, okay, I'm going to use these 6 variables and continue my research in the quantitative study. Okay, so I adapted this, questionnaire. So you can see here, these are the findings, a total of 202 respondents for the quantitative study, where 52.5 are female. I think it's quite normal. All right, females like to shop for the latest fashion. Am I right, ladies? Right, for the gentlemen here, 47.5% are the respondents. So we have some screening question. Okay, we have some screening question. And from the screening session, actually we asked them, how often they browse through fashion and so on. So those who say they don't, so we don't include them in this study. So majority of them are actually aged 22 to 25 years old, logically, because Instagram are mostly this age group, they are in that, all right? So 36.1% connected to Instagram more than 8 times per day to browse the available fashion store. So for the qualitative part, we actually managed to interview only 5. All right, we have 5 interviewers, 4 females and 1 male. So they are also in the age of 22 to 24. So from the hypothesis testing, we found out that perceived electronic word of mouth, quality and also emotional are supported, whereas price and risk are not supported. So to make sure that this result is justifiable, I did another analysis, which I used IPMA, all right, Importance Performance Matrix Analysis. Now, using IPMA will be able to help us to expand our justification, our discussion in the discussion part of your journal paper later on. All right, because when you are having this hypothesis result, this is where you write in your discussion for your results and findings, but to enhance on your discussion why it is supported and not supported, IPMA result will help you in explaining that. Now, let me show you. Now, how do we look at this graph? Importance performance map here, basically you can see the x-axis here, all right, the x-axis here show total effects, and the y-axis here is showing the purchase decision, all right? So the one here, can you see the one in the red square here? All right, this is showing that the red square is actually perceived emotional value. So using this IPMA, we found out that perceived emotional value has the most important factor. Now you see here, total effect means the more they are on the right means that this factor is very important. Okay, this factor is very important. If they are on the left, that means when you're facing my screen, right? If you're on the left here, that means towards the 0, negative, and so on, that means you are least important. Okay, but when you're on the positive side, means that that factor is important. But if you look at this, between the blue dot, all right, and the red square is important, but then you can see here, the performance is lower than the blue point. So as a researcher, what would you recommend? Would you recommend the important factors or the least important factors? Please feel free to type in the chat box, or for those who are present, perhaps you can just answer on the spot if you can. Don't be shy. All right, which one will you focus? Are you going to focus on the red or the blue? The least important or the most important factor? as a researcher, when you want to recommend, which one would you recommend? For those who are online, you can
The-
feel free to type it in the chat box.
The one on
So
the
based
right?
on- yeah,
The one on the right, ma'am? The square one?
the square one, correct. So when you run the analysis using Smart PLS, try not just to stop at your bootstrapping, not just to get a hypothesis result, but you can run IGMA, all right, to enhance on your discussion part. So you can see that this is important, but the performance is low. So what should we do? We can recommend the industry, all right, the industry to focus on this because this is the important one. Focus on it to make sure that this can be increased, all right, the performance can be increased because you can see that perceived price is already negative, all right. Perceived price, normally we try as much as possible not to use it as one of the factor most of the time because different consumer, they will have different perception towards price. Some consumer will think that price is not a main factor for them. Any price is acceptable as long as the quality of the product is there. All right, so try to use IGMA to enhance on your discussion part. And when you are doing your discussion part, it's not just the purpose of telling my result is aligned with ABC, my result is aligned with Z. No, my result is aligned or my result is not aligned. In your discussion, when you find out in your result, all right, your discussion part for your any paper, any journal paper that you submit to, make sure that you discuss based on your demographic that you have collected the data. Okay, if you realize most of the journal you read, some of them they will just say that okay, my study is aligned with this or my study is not aligned. But actually in the discussion part, you can use your demographic, use IGMA, all right, to enhance on your discussion part because the section about discussion is for you to discuss, all right, not for us to say align or not align. So here we will suggest that the industry, all right, business owners should focus on perceived emotional value because this is one of the important factor, and from there you discuss further why is it perceived emotional value. Okay, so in conclusion, of course, artificial intelligence have changed the nature of businesses, not only in marketing, but in all sorts of businesses on how we communicate or interact with our customer and also the retailer. And for future research, I recommend, all right, to enhance, all right, by adding some additional factors like privacy, risk and privacy as one of the concern. All right, it can be a moderator, all right, or we can expand into a longitudinal study where, you know, every 3 months we collect data from the same user to see how is their reaction, okay? At the same time, I also would like to study on the perspective of different countries. That means I want to do a comparative study between Malaysian consumer with Philippines consumer or together with Indonesian consumer, for example. Then you will see it's very beautiful to see such result because different countries, they have different culture and different way of spending behavior as well. So this is the whole research that I've done with my team, and this paper is published in Technological Forecasting and Social Change in Elsevier Q1. So that's all for my sharing for today. Glad to meet all of you here. Any question?
Thank you very much, Dr. Fern, for a very insightful presentation about AI. AI is actually a very interesting, indeed, a very interesting topic, not only in education, but also in research. All right. Again, thank you very much, Dr. Fern. Okay, so without much ado, we shall now begin the second technical session to be chaired by Dr. Aris Ignacio. So Dr. Aris will be our session chair, and of course, the evaluator, at the same time, evaluator, and to be joined by Dr. Jenny also. So Dr. Aris and Dr. Jenny will still be the evaluators for the second session. All right, for the first presenter for the technical session on engineering, we have Ma'am Teotima Evangelista Gores, with her research title, Topologies on Symbolic Spaces for the Dynamic of a System. Okay, a round of applause for Ma'am Teotima.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am humbly presenting my paper, Topologies on Symbolic Space for the Dynamic of a System. This paper is the abstract sense of the model that I used to predict of an earthquake. Okay. So, this again, this is an abstract sense, and so again, I am okay. I am Chotima Evangelista Gores again, a faculty of Agos Sandal Sor State College of Agriculture and Technology, and with respect to my, first, I am finished my electrical engineering technology at MSU IIT and a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics at Central Mindanao University, Moswan Bukidnon. Then at the same time, I have finished my Master of Science in Applied Mathematical Sciences and a PhD in Applied Mathematical Sciences and dissertation writing at this time at the University of Science and Technology of Southern Philippines, Cagayan de Oro City. So I have published 5 research papers. It is in relation to my topic that I am going to explain now. So the published research paper, although it is not IESI, Scopus, but it's more on predicting an earthquake. It is a seismic signal model, meaning to say it's predicting an earthquake magnitude in Agusan del Sur and Davao region, and also predicting a Philippine population using a symbolic dynamical system model. So we have the abstract is the basic concept of dynamical system can be explained as the random set X and a random map F. We have X mapped to X defined on X. So this random map is the process by which law determines the evolution of the physical, biological, and ecological system, or etc., the most basic form of a model of real life. So that is the, because the physical, biological, and ecological is chaotic, so meaning to say we can model that through a dynamical system. So this X signifies the phase space, the set of all possible states in a given system. So we have a branch, dynamical system is a branch of mathematics that uses topology and ergodic process. Symbolic dynamical system is another type of dynamical system used to discretize the symbolic space of a system that study the shift spaces, or another term for shift is symbolic spaces, which consists of infinite and bi-infinite sequences defined by a shift invariant constraint. So we have another is continuity and connectedness and compactness are among the properties topology that is useful in describing the topologies of a symbolic space. We have we have a symbolic space X, T sub X, and Y, T sub Y be topological space. So a random map F, X map to Y is said to be continuous if the inverse image of every open set of Y is open in X. In other words, if we have the S sub O is element of T of Y, then it is inverse image is we have this inverse image F of inverse of F, and we have S sub O element of T of X. So meaning to say is any element of the sequence. A random map is continuous if and only if for each X element of X and each neighborhood L of F of X in Y, the set of the inverse of F of L is a neighborhood of X, element of X. So the sequence space of two symbols is the set, we have the sigma, S1, S2, this is a sequence of zeros or ones. So the space sigma is the set of all infinite sequences of zeros and ones. So using by definition of the SEP map, topological space and metric space, the symbolic space and symbolic dynamical system, we have the space, you have X, F, P is continuous. If you have P is mapped to X of C, mapped to YD, be a continuous random variable, continuous random map from topological space into a metric space. So the theory of the dynamical system in a measure theoretic abstract sense, so we have this abstract sense, we have D as the omega, sigma, P, and phi. This is according to Ledrepier et al. 2015. Were converted by the mathematical tools and algorithms emerging from modern computing and data science. So big data are being analyzed and fit to discover a model for pattern from raw data using different statistical processes and algorithm to generate solution from any real-world problem. Oh my God. Dynamical system theory provide knowledge on the area of iterating maps on the interval. So in the iterating maps on the interval, I am applying this concept on the licensed version of Data Robot because I am going to use that one in predicting the earthquake magnitude of Agusan del Sur and Davao region, also the Philippine population. So the theories of the dynamical system consider changes of probabilistic model of the relationship of various processes of any stages of many system applied to any system that changes over time. So the basic concept of dynamical system is you are going to have the system that is changing over time. So the theory is the origin. So this is how genetic programming, we input this genetic programming is a modern dynamical system. This is the model that asymptotic proning to data-driven methods in measures theory for leveraging big data and machine learning techniques in dynamical system. That is according to Bronton et al. 2021. So in the system, you have continuous map on topological spaces using compact metric spaces are the main concern of topological dynamical system. So again, we have this, the general theory of continuous map, continuity limits invariant measures. Under continuous changes of structural model are the main goals of topology in a system. Okay, let us go to here. Now I am going to, okay, this is the objective of the study, sir. Okay, discuss the dynamical system, explain the theory of symbolic space, and illustrate the continuous function of a symbolic space. That is my objective. So, again, you have this theorem. This theorem is useful if you're going to explain the properties of the symbolic space in a dynamic of a system. And also this definition 18. So we have this topological dynamics. So we have this topological dynamics, continuous map on a metric space. So symbolic space, again, we have the symbolic space as space in symbolic dynamical system, which is extremely effectively used in the study of phase space in a dynamical system, especially in the study of complex chaotic function. Now let us go to, yes, you have this using definition 18 as a function of f, and then we have this a function f is said to be continuous if the inverse image of every open subset of y is open in X. In other words, we have the element of S sub O, element of T of Y, then its inverse image is also the element of T of X. And then we have this. So we have two important properties of this study. We have the continuous functions. So we have continuous functions preserved in symbolic space. So this is we have this connectedness and compactness. This is a very two important properties for the topologies of a symbolic space in a system. Again, a system is any physical, ecological, or biological. So you have this. But in this case, in biological, I use this one in my study of the genomic sequencing of coronavirus. We have, for example, the alpha, omega, or whatever. And in the ecological, for example, geological is on the earthquake prediction over in Agusan del Sur and Davao region. So we have the appendices, so all this one. So this is very important to come up with to achieve the objective of the study. So we have the appendices. Okay, that's all. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much, Ma'am Teotima Gores. For the information of everyone, Dr. Jenny won't be able to join us anymore. So in place of Dr. Jenny, the co-evaluator of Dr. Aris will be Dr. Lian Vina Ocampo. Kindly stand, ma'am. The Campus Research Coordinator of the Cavite State University Imus Campus. All right. Again, we will entertain only one question for each presenter. Okay, let's start with Dr. Aris.
Hello. Hello, madam.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
I don't know why I understood it in a way. I don't know. Maybe it's a curse. But but I'm curious on what you're going to present next.
Yes, sir.
Actually, because that is I think that's the same model that you've used in your next.
No, sir.
It's different.
It's different.
Okay, okay. So, but anyway, it's really grabe, geometric sequences and energy. But it's been a while actually when I saw some of those things. It's been, I don't know, a decade ago or something. But when it came back to me when we were looking at the prospect of looking at terrains, etc. with regards to that.
Yes, sir.
Especially when you are looking at the concept of I think the geographical interfaces. I forgot the term, but those are some of the things that wherein you could use it in a practical manner. Right?
Yes, yes, yes.
So, but all in all, I hope everyone was able to go on with that. But you know, if it is really mathematical sense, people who are majoring on that are really, these are things that are being used for you to be able to advance more on artificial intelligence and data analytics because the models are built into that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for that comment. Nosebleed ba? Kaka-nosebleed. Okay. So again,
Yes, sir.
Ma'am Teotima will be presenting another research. Yes. The title is Influences on COVID-19 Vaccination Decision Making Among Police Officers in Butuan City. Okay.
Okay. My second paper is I wrote this paper during pandemic because I'm bored. So this is the first time I presented this paper. No, this is from modeling. I to incline to what we call this one is this correlational statistical analysis. Okay, but my faulty is on modeling, symbolic dynamical system rather. Okay, again, I am presenting these influences. So we have this, the coronavirus diseases were killed many lives worldwide, as we know that one. So vaccination is one of the methods for the prevention of corona disease, since there is no specific medicine to eradicate this kind of virus. So, but various questions were raised by many constituents regarding the negative impact of vaccine as the Food and Drug Administration continues authorizing emergency use the COVID-19 vaccine. So COVID-19 is on high-risk decision-making is in need on the implementation of COVID-19 vaccination. Influences on the decision-making to the community and the future researchers should be thoroughly disseminated and studied. So this study shown that the police officers was greatly influenced by mass media, that is includes digital printing, while economic related factors had less influence on them. So the results declare that there are several reasons that could affect the decision-making of the police officers with respect to the factors that influences on them. So this study found out that influences have significant relation to the decision-making of police officers in vaccination program in Butuan City. So in this case, we have it was the method used to fight the continuous spreading of coronavirus. Since to date, there was no specific medicine to cure this kind of virus. So again, we have these wearing knees. So Department of Health highly encouraged the public to get vaccinated. So we all know all to this one. We have health workers, senior citizens, indigent population, and uniformed personnel are priority groups to be vaccinated. So understanding factors that influence the multifaceted decision-making process for the vaccine uptake in vulnerable communities is critical for narrowing the racial and ethnic as well as the socioeconomic disparities observed. So the number of factors that influence vaccine decision-making include concern for demographic vaccine access was not thoroughly studied. So people hesitation on the vaccination program is still a problem. Existing literature on vaccine hesitancy has identified various antecedents and causes to such phenomena, including individuals' knowledge, awareness, risk perception, efficacious beliefs regarding vaccine, as well as contextual factors. So we have also the cultural, religious, or political beliefs. So the researcher is inspired to conduct this study to determine the various factors that can influence the decision-making in vaccination, particularly who were considered to be our frontliners in this pandemic. So in this connection, the study determines the influence of decision-making of the police officers in Butuan City. So this study determines we have this. What is the profile of the respondents as to age, sex, profession? What is the level of influence the COVID-19 vaccination to the police personnel according to peer influence, mass media, medical, and economic related factors? So what is the level of decision-making among the police officers, the COVID-19 vaccination as to they have emotions, decision-making, self-efficacy, attitudes, and perceptions? And is there a significant relationship between influences of COVID-19 vaccination decision-making of the police officers? So this study utilized descriptive questionnaire design. So the researchers primarily describing relationship among variables in determining what factors are most likely influence the respondents in decision-making to be vaccinated. So each respondent is asked the same questions. The sampling techniques adapted from this study was a random sampling technique. We have product correlation, moment correlation was used to test the significance of their influences and the vaccination to decision-making of 0.05 level of significance. So the data, we have this. The data revealed that 20 to 30 years old has 88 respondent or 88%. And we have 31 to 40 years old has 12 respondents or 12%. Where 41 to 51 years old and 50 years old and above have no respondents. That is why we have 12%, 88% because we have 100% respondents. Further, 20 to 30 years old has the highest count of respondents and 31 to 41 years old has a low respondents. So this shows that respondents who are aged 20 to 30 years old had been able to answer our questions through Google Forms and has much access on the instrument that was made. So according to the study of young adults with stressful life events, chronic stress and a low level of psychological well-being have a lower antibody. So we have the response of this. Then the data revealed that the frequency of female has only 11 respondents and who have 11%, and male was also 89 respondents of 89%. So since the researcher used convenient sampling design on the data gathering procedure, the researcher gathered more numbers of male police officers as to 6 and only few numbers of females are presented. The influences are grouped according to peers. So we have number 2, that is number 2 to answer the number 2 questions. The influences are grouped according to peer influence, mass media, medical related, economic related as also the result of the questions given. So peer influence consists of family, friends, colleagues. So another mass media is communications, include television, radio, advertising, movies, and so forth. And media campaigns. So we have also economic related. So we have a study shows about concern on wearing face masks and face shields. So we have to add up to the daily expenses and also the problem of getting to lockdown. And we have number 3, we have the level of influence towards COVID-19 vaccination among police officers in Butuan City, shown that the level of influence among police officers in Butuan City considered as highly influenced with a total mean of 2.92 and the standard deviation of 0.66, which is described as very high level of influence by the mass media. So this study revealed that police officers with a high level of influence do not appear to have a problem in COVID-19 vaccination. However, in economic related factors, police officers with a mean of 2.69 with a standard deviation of 0.79, which is described as the lowest influence of the decision making. So this implied that the level of economic related cases are also observed by the police officers. So the overall mean of the influences to COVID-19 vaccination was obtained 2.83 with a standard deviation of 0.69 with a high level of interest which desired to. So the level of decision making towards this vaccination of police officers in Botswana shown that the level of decision making of police in Botswana City is considered as highly influenced with a total of 3.59. And we have this study which is described as high level of decision making self-efficacy. So we have this study was supported by this BAL 2020. And however, in mass media platform influence police with the lowest mean up to with the standard deviation, which is described as the moderate. This implied, so we have this, the overall mean of the confidence. Then, support by, according to Cross Rivera 2017, then the study found out that there is a significant relationship in the influence of COVID-19 vaccination, decision making of the police officers in Botswana City using person-product moment correlation. So we have, according to this result, so there is a significant relationship between the influence and decision making. So we have this supported by this one. Okay, thank you so much, and good afternoon once again.
All right. Again, thank you very much, Ma'am Gores. May we now have Dr. Lian for her question or comment.
First of all, I would like to commend Ma'am Gores.
Yes.
Kasi yung kanyang boredom resulted to a very quality output that is actually timely during that time. I also want to ask question, considering the result of your study, so what can you recommend, considering the hesitancy that they have experienced in some other parts or region in the country with regards to vaccination, because probably in the future we could also experience the same cases, since we already surpassed that economic problem during that time. And it's good that in your result, they doesn't have any problem
Yes.
when it comes to providing those vaccination and those hesitancy that we have experienced, especially in Manila. So
Yes.
probably there are areas that we can benchmark to somehow help other regions in our country.
Yes, ma'am. For me is to, in my own opinion, it's better to be vaccinated since at this time we don't have a specific medicine yet. So, and it's also part also on my research with this coronavirus sequencing on the mutation, in which we are going to predict the next coronavirus variant if possible. So if in case it's very sure that we must be vaccinated. Okay, thank you, ma'am.
All right. Thank you very much. Once again, another round of applause for Ma'am Gores. Okay, for our next presenter, the paper title is Tight Binding Model for Monolayer 2H Niobium diselenide. Okay, another nosebleed. All right, to be presented by Mr. Brian Pagkaliwagan. Okay.
Good afternoon to all. I would like to present my study about tight binding model for monolayer 2H and BSE2 or niobium diselenide. It's undeniable that indeed our era today is in digital era, and we are in high demand of information and computation power. Lalo-lalo na because of the emergence and advancements in AI. So this study is one way to attack this demand of computation. Actually, another way of having or to address the high demand of computation, because AI would require vast amount of data to be processed. And one way to attack it is to find materials that are able to enhance computation powers of our computers. And this one is another way of doing it. So I choose niobium diselenide because it's one, my interest is in superconductors. So one way to increase the computation power is to decrease resistance. No, and then information would fastly be delivered. So I will be discussing the tight binding model later. Can I request for the next slide? So, by the way, I'm Brian Pagkaliwagan. So, I graduated my bachelor's degree at Mindanao State University, BS in Physics, MS in Physics, the same university, and was employed at Agusan del Sur State College of University. So, this study is about making a model. No, actually, materials are mostly the properties of materials are dictated by its fundamental components. And in this study, I focused on the electrons. We know that atoms are composed of protons and electrons, and if we manipulate the fundamental components of matter or materials, like for example, hydrogen atom is a reactive or explosive gas, and if we add one more proton to it, you will have helium, which is entirely different or very different to hydrogen. Now, helium is an inert element, and by that, you are able to alter the properties of that material. Similarly, this study aims to look into the electronic properties by exploring what could be the properties of materials with this kind of composition, having one niobium and two selenide atoms. So the era, I choose monolayers as my interest here because a lot of things or properties or customization we can do in this kind of materials. No? Just like a Lego. No? Having different kind of materials stacked beside the other will produce another kind of material. Maybe a material that is strong but light, a material that is transparent but still strong, or you can even make materials of novel properties. No, you can even make an invisibility cloak. No, so there's a lot of room for improvements in this scale. We can even just twist the layers, and we have a different property for that material. Now, let's say, for example, this twisted layer, bilayer graphene, yes, we are able to produce or lessen the resistance of that material by just twisting it with a small amount of angle. So in this study, we focused on this material, niobium diselenide, with this kind of structure. And this is the process of how we derived the tight binding model. We used the ab initio DFT calculation through quantum espresso. And by that, we analyzed which orbitals of the atoms are prominent in the crystal. And then we convert the block functions into one-year functions, and then we would be able to get parameters for our tight binding model. So tight binding model has these assumptions. No, electrons are tightly bounded. They have limited interactions with neighboring sites. And the wave function is of a free atom form. So this is the algorithm for the DFT calculations that requires much computation power. And the result shows this this band structure. This is, by the way, the band structure, the electronic band structure of niobium diselenite. So here is the results of our projected density of states. We analyze the different density, or how much orbitals are present on that crystal at that location of the band structure. And we are particularly very interested on the area near the Fermi energy level, illustrated by the red dashed line on that figure. So as we can see there, the orbitals that has great contributions are orbital DZ2, dx2 minus y2, and dxy orbitals of the niobium diselenite. So we focused only on the regions up to the third nearest neighbors cell sites. Here are the results, the hopping energies that is obtained during DFT calculations and was used to calculate our one-year functions. Then we have this tight binding Hamiltonian, and then the elements of the tight binding Hamiltonian, which was simplified through the tight binding parameters that we have obtained on the table, as shown in the table. So here is the main results. Now we have compared our tight binding model, now the cyan colored line, with our DFT calculated band structure. So we have compared, you can see there, as we increase the number of cells, or the number of nearest neighbors that we are considering, we're able to increase the accuracy or the fitting of our model with the accepted known DFT band structures. In conclusion, we can use this model, this simplified analytical model, although it's look like complicated, but it's simplified compared to the original, as our model to analyze properties of electrons or materials near the K-space or near the kappa. And then, as a recommendation, we can further improve the accuracy of our electronic band structure by increasing the number of nearest neighbors to be considered. But in exchange to that, the model will become more complicated. So that's all, one. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Brian Pagkaliwagan. All right. Dr. Aris, for your question or comment?
I don't know why is it lahat ng super technical na tatapat sa akin. But anyway, just for clarification, are you using neural nets here?
Not sir.
Anong particular? What in particular?
I'm using a package of codes that is available in Quantum Espresso. So
okay.
that package are modeled to quantum computations.
So it's open source already?
Yes, sir.
Open source, okay.
So napod siya ay, another non-open source na counterpart.
This one that you used? Or
Yes.
okay. So, thank you.
Okay. Dr. Aris, would you allow? Okay, sige. One last.
Ayan, ngayon lang kami naging interested dito sa area na to because it's more on the engineering and science. My question is, I'm a material science and engineer, and my question is, how can we, as material science, use your output in order for us to really do an experiment wherein we're going to combine all the materials that you are pertaining to?
So actually, it's a great trend today. We have that field called computational physics. Doing experiments agad-agad would really be so expensive. And that's why we have these computational methods to explore first different combinations of materials, whether it could possibly give you your likable properties. So you can use that kind of method. That result was specific to niobium diselenide, but we can make the similar model, using similar process for different materials that we are interested in. So actually, it requires trial and error if you have to explore more materials. That's why kanina, there was a quote by Richard Feynman that there is a lot of room at the bottom. Now, we might think because of our fast-paced improvement in our technology, we might think that meron pa ba tayong novel na madidiscover? But if we look at the bottom, there's a lot of possible novel properties that could be explored there. And yun, we can initially do that computation before we can go to experimentation. Thank you.
All right. Again, thank you very much, Sir Brian. And thank you, ma'am, for your question. All right. This time, let us watch the audio-visual presentation of Assistant Professor Clarence S. Ordonia for his or her title, AI-Enabled Waste Management Framework.
Developed by yours truly, Clarence S. Ordonia and Dr. Delma D. Palawag. Management in educational institutions, particularly in schools, is an increasingly critical issue as schools generate substantial volumes of waste on a daily basis. Traditional waste management practices in schools often struggle to efficiently sort, recycle, and minimize waste generation, resulting in significant environmental footprint. By developing an AI-enabled waste management framework specifically tailored for schools, this provides educational institutions with a comprehensive solution to address their unique waste management challenges. This framework will encompass AI-based waste sorting, monitoring systems, data analytics, and the integration of emerging technologies such as Internet of Things (IoT). Create an efficient and environmentally responsible waste management system. The AI-enabled system can be served as a teaching aid, educating students about waste reduction, recycling, and the importance of environmental stewardship, thereby fostering a culture of sustainability within the school community. If you are interested in learning more about the AI-enabled waste management framework or getting in touch with its developers, we can be reached at csordonnia@mmsu.edu.ph, while Dr. Palawag can be contacted at tdpalawag@gmail.com. This study delves into the critical challenge of waste management in school, proposing a tailored AI-enabled waste management framework. The multifaceted framework integrates predictive analytics, continuous monitoring, and collaborative engagement with stakeholders. Its primary objectives are to streamline waste collection process, improve operational efficiency, and concurrently serve as an educational tool for instilling sustainability values among students. A key highlight of this study is the presentation of tangible application of AI in waste management through the Smart Bin prototype. This prototype comprises hardware components such as Arduino Uno boards, ultrasonic sensors, servo motors, batteries, and jumper cables. Together, these components form a sophisticated system capable of real-time monitoring and data collection to enhance waste management efficiency. Results from the study demonstrate the successful development of AI models, the establishment of a robust data ecosystem integrating various sources like sensors and GPS tracking, and the application of predictive analytics for informed resources allocation. The framework's continuous improvement aspect ensures adaptability to evolving waste generation patterns and changing environmental conditions within school settings. By significantly advancing waste management practices, the AI-enabled waste management framework provides a holistic solution for schools. Beyond mere operational enhancements, the framework acts as a catalyst for cultivating environmentally conscious behaviors among students, contributing to a broader initiative for sustainable waste practices. In essence, this research paves the way for schools to reduce cost, streamline waste management operations, and play a pivotal role in nurturing the next generation of environmentally responsible individuals. This research aims to contribute to the growing body of knowledge in the fields of waste management, AI, and sustainability, with the ultimate goal of providing a practical and educational solution to manage waste in schools efficiently while nurturing a generation of environmentally responsible individuals. The integration of various data sources, including sensors, GPS tracking, and citizen reporting has created a comprehensive data ecosystem. This infrastructure facilitates data-driven decision-making by providing real-time insights into waste generation, collection, and disposal. The research focus on data integration is pivotal for waste management in schools and other settings where informed decision-making is essential. The algorithm outlined in the provided code core functionality. It encapsulates the critical components and process involved in efficient waste management. The initial phase involves importing the necessary modules, ensuring that the required tools and functions are readily available for implementation. The central component of the algorithm revolves around real-time monitoring, which continuously gathers data from smart bins, including information about their fill levels, waste types, and image data. The algorithm also incorporates route optimization, prioritization of bins, interface for real-time data display. Predictive analytics have been employed to anticipate waste generation patterns, thereby allowing for better resource allocation and efficient collection strategies. Schools and other educational institutions stand to benefit from the increased efficiency and reduced operational cost. This predictive model is a valuable component in waste management systems, particularly in environments like schools, as it enables better resource allocation and more efficient waste collection strategies. The researcher used a synthetic dataset that includes historical waste generation data alongside additional features such as school holidays and special events. The core of the predictive model lies in a random forest regressor, a machine learning algorithm that can capture complex relationships within the data. The performance of the model is assessed using mean absolute error, MAE, which measures the average absolute difference between predicted and actual values. A lower MAE indicates a more accurate model. This predictive analytics model provides valuable insights into when and where waste generation is likely to occur in the future. By leveraging historical data and machine learning, it empowers waste management teams in schools to allocate resources more effectively and optimize their waste collection strategies. The AI-enabled waste management framework, coupled with predictive analytics, robust data ecosystems, continuous improvement, stakeholder engagement, and knowledge dissemination, offers a comprehensive solution for enhancing waste management efficiency and promoting sustainability. The research outcomes have the potential to benefit schools, communities, and organizations, leading to more responsible, cost-effective, and environmentally conscious waste management practices. The research on the AI-enabled waste management framework indicate a significant leap forward in waste management practices. the development of customized AI models and algorithms, the establishment of a robust data ecosystem, and the emphasis of continuous improvement, stakeholder collaboration, and knowledge dissemination together form a comprehensive framework with the potential to revolutionize waste management, making it more efficient, environmentally responsible, and adaptable to the evolving needs of educational institutions and other sectors. Thank you for listening.
Ayan. Thank you very much for your attention to the AVP. Gusto ko sanang magtanong pero hindi pwede. All right. So may we have the next presenter? We have Dr. Rosemary L. Buraga with her research titled Development of Web-Based Grade Reporting System with Feedback Mechanism. A round of applause, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. May I present to you my study entitled Web-Based Grade Reporting System with Feedback Mechanism. So, by the way, my name is Rosemary Buraga, a faculty at Isabela State University, Cabagan campus. So, with the abstract of my study, so just to give you the overview, this study is a research cum extension project where it was developed or conducted through the request of the principal of the Cabagan Riverside National High School or a DepEd school. Ay. Ayaw. Ayaw din, sir. Ano po on, sir? Or kayo na lang, sir, mag-ano? All right, for the description or introduction of my study, in the evolving education landscape, technological advancement reshape traditional systems as institutions seek innovative solutions to streamline tasks and enrich learning experiences, aligning with the SDGs 17 principles. Grade reporting system is pivotal in managing student progress, offering structured platforms for recording grades, and fostering meaningful teacher-student engagement. The request from the CRNHS or the one of the high school DepEd school underscores the need for streamlined processes given the complexities of traditional grading methods. Thus, the development of web-based system aims to enhance efficiency and accountability, integrating feedback mechanism to meet diverse educational needs while promoting sustainable development. Next, please. And generally, the objective of this study is to design and develop and implement a user-friendly web-based system that enhances the efficiency and effectiveness of grade reporting within the CRNHS while facilitating constructive feedback mechanism. Specifically, it aims to, next please, aims to, just continue, sir, to develop a web-based system having the following components or functionalities, having a role-based access control, teachers and student portals, subject school years classes, and student detail configuration, e-class record system, the automatic computation of a student's grade, having search engine, a report generation, and a student grade query facility. Secondly, to evaluate the functionality and usability of the developed system based on the ISO 25010 series of 2011. for the methodology, so I use the two-way process, wherein the first process is the development of the system, and the second process is the evaluation of the developed system. So I have here the development model. I use the agile methodology, and then of course, the respondents includes the ICT faculty and the teachers of the DepEd High School. And I use the weighted mean to analyze the data. And of course, I have here the qualitative phase and the quantitative phase, which includes interview, focus discussion, and of course, the survey questionnaire. So with that, I present to you the results of this study. So this is the first figure. It shows the security window for the different users, such as the admin, teachers, and students. The base access control ensures users access only the information or transaction they need and prevents them from accessing information that doesn't pertain to them. For the next figure, this is the admin dashboard, which is equipped with user access control, and this feature enhances data security and privacy. Administrators can manage user roles, granting or revoking permissions to ensure that only teachers and students can access and modify their information. Next feature, this is the teacher's portal, where it includes an e-class record feature for teachers to input students' raw scores from various assessments. Furthermore, teachers can give comments on each student's performance directly within the portal. The next feature is the student's portal, which is the students has the ability to access their quarterly and subject-specific grades. Within this portal, students can also ask their teachers to seek clarifications, comments, or express concerns about their academic progress or class performance. Next feature is the configuration settings, which includes subjects, school years, teacher subject load, user accounts for teachers and students. And in this feature, the admin possesses full control over these settings, with tasks including adding, editing, updating, and assigning subject to teachers, as well as enrolling students. Next feature is the e-class record for teachers. Illustrate figure 8 po. Yeah. Illustrate the form design for automated computation of a student's grade on a quarterly basis. This computation is carried out by taking into account the raw scores derived from their performance on assessment tasks. Next is the source engine, where it, integrated into each form within the system. So this empowers administrators and teachers to efficiently search for a relative specific information. And next is an example of report that can be generated through the system. Next, sir, figure 11, the query interface enabling the students to send messages to their teachers concerning their academic progress. Next is to present, next figure is the result of the system's evaluation of the functionality. So as you can see, the system overall weighted mean is 4.67. This means that the respondents strongly agree on the functional suitability of the system. So second table is the usability of the system. The results of the evaluation, it could be gleaned from the table that the respondents strongly agreed on the usability requirements of the system with a mean rating of 4.80. Next. So this study successfully developed a web-based grade reporting system for the CRNHS, or the Cabagan Riverside National High School, streamlining grade computation with feedback mechanism for teachers and students. The system's functionality evaluation showed improved efficiency in grade-related tasks and effective feedback mechanism. Usability evaluation confirmed that the system is user-friendly and accessible to educators, students, or even the guardians. And this innovation aligns with SDG 17, promoting transparency, accountability, and improved learning experiences, reflecting the evolving nature of education and its role in sustainable development. So as you can see, this picture shows the software transfer agreement between the Isabela State University and the Cabagan Riverside National High School as part of our extension project. So I'd like to share that this is just a simple system, but I'd like to share the message of one of the DOST evaluators during our research symposium that no matter how simple a system may be, if it is utilized or adopted by one organization, it holds significant value and utility. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Boroga. And now let's listen to Dr. Lian for her question or comment.
So congratulations, ma'am. It's good that it's been utilized by your extension partner. And I also appreciate the component of the
Yes,
system, especially those, what's this? I've seen that this has a feature with regards to student query on their grade. So they could have a real-time monitoring of their grade, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So it's really good because you can see the progress of the student, and it will be helpful for us faculty members to see kung sino yung student who really need more support in order to improve their academic performance. Siguro, what I could say is recommendation for the improvement of your system. Maybe you could also add assets, features for parent monitoring in order for them to also monitor the progress of their child.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, it is one of the suggestion of our partner or the principal during the pilot testing of the system. So we are integrating this one by our next phase project.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Ma'am Buraga and Dr. Lian for that. All right, there will be no more coffee break. Working break na po tayo, so let's proceed immediately to the next presenter. We have Assistant Professor Madeline M. Tagueg with her research title, WebFest, a web-based faculty evaluation system. A round of applause, please. Palakpak naman dyan. Ayan, okay.
Okay, good afternoon. May I present to you our research entitled WebFest, a web-based faculty evaluation system. Next slide. Okay. So this is our biography together with Dr. Rosemary L. Buraga and me, Madeline M. Tagueg. We are a faculty member of Isabela State University, Cabagan campus. Okay. For our abstract, this study aimed to automate the process of evaluating faculty performance through a web-based platform named WebFest. It involved the development of a system with a role-based access control, user registration, automation of the qualitative contribution evaluation, or QCE of faculty, a report generation for individual, peer, self, and supervisor rating. This study employed a descriptive method utilizing a two-phase process, which is the system development and participant assessment. Result from a survey questionnaire of 50 respondents indicated strong agreement that the system was usable and met its functional requirements. So, evaluation has always been a vital part of the academy, primarily to assess the performance of the faculty and how well it achieved its goal, and to determine what should be improved in teaching methods and techniques. Faculty evaluation is widely understood to be the most effective tool to improve the quality of instruction in colleges. Assessing the performance of a faculty will measure the quality of instruction delivered to students. So the Isabela State University Cabagan campus traditionally conducted faculty evaluation using a manual questionnaire-based system. This involved significant time and resource with manual data collection, encoding, and computation of faculty performance. The WebFest system was developed to update this process, providing role-based access control, user registration, automation of performance rating, and report generation. The system was developed using modern agile web development methods, ensuring the flexibility and adaptability. Input process output diagrams and the use case diagram were employed to design and illustrate system functionalities. The descriptive research design employed a two-process method. The first phase is the development of the system, and the second phase is the participants' assessment with respect to the developed faculty evaluation system. The respondent of the study were the BSIT students who were enrolled during mid-year, 3 program chairs, and 15 faculties from our college, which were statistically drawn from convenience sampling. A survey questionnaire was utilized to determine the extent of performance of the developed system in terms of functionality and reliability. All the data gathered were organized, tabulated, analyzed, and interpreted using a weighted mean. A Likert scale was used to determine the performance of the system as assessed by the respondent, wherein a rating of 1 was equivalent to strongly disagree, and the rating of 5 was equivalent to strongly agree. Our objective: generally, the study aimed to design and develop a web-based evaluation system to automate the process of faculty evaluation at ISU Cabagan. Specifically, the first one is to develop a faculty evaluation system that utilizes the following features and design: process, role-based access control for student, faculty, program chair, and administrator. Specifically, we have the following function: the role-based access control. The figures shows there that the security window for the different user, which is the admin, faculty, and student, where it allows inputting the username and password correctly. If the username and password are inputted correctly, the system directed the user to the admin interface. The RBAC ensures users access only information or transaction they need and prevents them from accessing information that doesn't pertain to them. The second is faculty and student registration system. As you can see in the first figure, it presents the registration for the faculty. So the admin is the one to add and register the faculty in the system. The form has an edit and update button, which is used to modify the information of the faculty and their system account. The second figure presents the registration form for the student. The admin will be the one to register the student in the system. The form has an edit and update button, which is used to modify the information of the student and their system account. For letter C, which is the evaluation system, so the figure shows the evaluation page where admin, faculty, and student rates and write comments and view the overall mean rating, I should say. For letter D figure, it shows the summary result of individual faculty on its evaluation, where it automatically computes the mean rating of the evaluation. And for next, letter E, in that figure, it shows the search facility where the admin can search, view, and retrieve particular information or evaluation. So for the last, we have the figure there. It shows the report that can be generated from the developed system. Okay, the second objective is to determine the extent of performance of the developed system as assessed by the participant using the ISO 25010 series of 2021 software criteria. So an evaluation was conducted using questionnaire among the respondents to determine their perception. So letter A is the table for functional suitability. So the table presents the result of the system evaluation of its functionality. So it gave a high rating of 4.67, which implied that the respondents strongly agree with the functionality of the developed system. The second is the table for usability. So the respondents strongly agreed on the usability requirements of the system. The weight mean rating of 4.8 implied that the developed application was found to be usable as perceived by the respondent. So for the conclusion, so the WebFest system successfully addressed the inefficiencies of traditional faculty evaluation methods, providing an efficient and user-friendly platform for assessing faculty performance. Evaluation result indicates strong agreement among respondents regarding the system functionality, suitability, and usability. So overall, the system demonstrated its effectiveness in automating the faculty evaluation process and improving the accuracy of evaluation report. So that concludes my presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Madeline. Dr. Aris, please, for your question or comment.
Okay. So, with regards to the faculty evaluation, saya IT yung ano. I appreciate that. Nakaka-relate ako. But anyway, it's really good that you do have your, is this for your organization?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and it's really difficult to do manual evaluation, right? Especially if you're going to compute and everything. But this one is very, very important, and I really do appreciate that you do have that initiative to create one for the organization. And more often than not, that's the form of, a research coming from an IT perspective. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Taguig and Dr. Aris, for your comment. All right. This time, we have an online presenter. She is now in Zoom, and she will be presenting to us her research titled Students' Perception in Using AI Writing Tools, a Sentiment Analysis. Let's all welcome Associate Professor Joanne Catherine Romasanta.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. Am I audible po?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you so much. So I'll be sharing my screen now. Let me know if my screen is visible on your end.
It's now visible, ma'am.
All right, so thank you so much. So good afternoon, everyone. So I am thrilled to present to you our research entitled Students' Perception in Using AI Writing Tools, a Sentiment Analysis. So this topic is timely and transformative. So this is how students are leveraging AI in their writing endeavor. So thank you for the organizers for making this event possible. So in an era where technology intersects with education, AI has emerged as a powerful ally for students seeking to enhance their writing skills. So from grammar and style correction to generating creative ideas, AI tools offer invaluable assistance in refining their written work. So I would like to acknowledge my co-authors, Sir Elmer Alino, Sir Cedric Santiago, Sir Engineer Pader, and Engineer Obise for making this research possible. So to everyone, I am Joanne Catherine and Romasanta. So I graduated BS Computer Engineering with Master's degree of Engineering, Computer Engineering, and currently taking up Doctor of Technology in TUP or Technological University in Manila. So right now I am the program chair of the Computer Engineering Department of NU Dasmariñas, and likewise the Board of Directors for Institute of Computer Engineers of the Philippines, R4A. So for the abstract, so the abstract shows the objective, the methodology, and the result of the study, which I will be dealing on. So to start with the emergence of artificial intelligence and natural language processing, different internet-based writing tools have surfaced. So these AI-driven writing tools offer various features, including text translation, spelling enhancement, and text rewriting and summarization, making them valuable resources for our students. So on your screen right now are the different writing tools used by our students. So more of these are available open source in our internet. So some of these serve more specific functions like identifying grammar and spelling mistakes or rephrasing text. So nowadays, students are turning to AI writing tools for their academic needs. So these emerging technologies are revolutionizing how students do their educational materials, helping them to correct their spelling, grammar, and function. So in 2002, a survey over 327 undergraduate students revealed that 7 to 8 out of 10 students had used AI writing tools on their school deliverables. So the objective of this research is to identify the perception of students in AI writing tools through sentiment analysis and to know the most common writing tools used by the students. For the methodology, we've used sentiment analysis, that is to identify the view or emotion behind a situation. It basically means to analyze and find the emotion or intent behind a piece of text or speech or any mode of communication. So for the steps for sentiment analysis, we have text extracting information, pre-processing, identifying sentiments, and classifying the sentiment. For the first step, we gathered the information from 509 students from one university in the Philippines. So the table shows the distribution of participants from senior high school. We have 226 participants. Students taking up architecture, engineering, and computing, we have 175. Business administration, accountancy, and management, we have 88. And students from arts, sciences, and education, we have 20. So students were asked the following questions. So where are you currently employing AI writing tools? What do you perceive as the advantages and disadvantages of utilizing AI writing tools? And which among the selection AI writing assistance tools do you frequently use? So they are given questionnaire. They have to answer the questionnaire in essay form. After that, gathering the data, we processed or pre-processed the data. So the preparation of data set is necessary so that we will ensure that the data would be useful, clean, and relevant. So we filtered out those unnecessary words in that data from the students, and we labeled them as nouns, adjective, verbs, and so on and so forth. So here is the sample data before processing. So these are the sample data or sample answer of the students as regards to our question presented earlier. And after pre-processing, so these are the sample data. So we clean the data. The data has underwent cleaning process to fill out the unnecessary elements. After that one, we have the sentiment analysis conducted to measure student attitudes, the positive, negative, towards using AI tools. So we've used Context, so that is a text mining tool from Illinois University. So that is Context, short for connections and text, that facilitates the extractions of relations and the analysis of the text and network data. After we run that data or clean data from the context, we have gathered the top 10 most frequently positive words used by the students based on their answers. So for the top 10, or for the first word or the most frequently used words based on their answer is the word easy, which has the frequency of 40. A sample sentence is also provided on this figure. Likewise, we gathered the 10 most frequency negative words from their answers. So the top most word is the word lazy, which appears 29 based on their answer. And for the summary of comprehensive analysis of students' responses, we gathered 131 positive and 86 negative answers towards AI tools, valuable insights in their perceptions, expectation, concerns regarding the role of technology in their learning. Moreover, these are the 8 words, or these are the where the students uses the AI writing tool. So the topmost is paraphrasing, which appears to be 196 times mentioned on their responses. So for the conclusion, students perceived AI writing tools as a valuable aids in their academic behavior, whereas students are also aware of the negative drawbacks of AI tools and their academic needs. So these findings underscore the importance of providing students with guidance and resources to effectively navigate the use of AI writing tools, ensuring that they can leverage the benefits while mitigating the potential drawbacks. And for our recommendation, we have to provide guidelines and training on how students in the academy must use the AI writing tools ethically and responsibly. We encourage critical thinking, so we have to have other alternative assessments or assignments for our students where they can express themselves, not just in writing. And lastly, the faculty members or the educator must stay informed and updated on the technology and how they can leverage AI in their teachings. So these are the references of this research, and thank you so much for listening.
Thank you very much, Ma'am Joanne. So we have a question, Ma'am Joanne, from our evaluator, Dr. Lian.
Hello, good afternoon, Ma'am Joanne.
Good afternoon po, ma'am.
Good afternoon. So I really like your paper since it's really timely to conduct AI-related tools. It's already part of our academic life, not only for the student but also for us professionals. And I can see also the dependency of the student with regards to AI tools, especially in doing their assignment. So I really like the output of your paper. So what I want to give is just a suggestion for improvement or future study. Maybe you could conduct analysis of the student competencies and faculty support in relation with their dependency on the AI tool. And aside from qualitative analysis, maybe we could also incorporate quantitative analysis on the performance of the students.
Yes,
And-
ma'am, that is well noted po. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much also, Dr. Lian, for your suggestion. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let us focus our attention to another audiovisual presentation from Ms. Milagros P. Viado with her research title, Food Safety of Food Business Establishments in the Immediate Vicinity of Cavite State University, Imus Campus.
Yes, hello, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. So let me share my screen. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. So live pa po pala si ma'am. Okay, go
Okay.
ahead, ma'am.
I'm going to share. Okay, good afternoon. Today is, of course, the title of my thesis, the study is all about food safety of food business establishment in the vicinity of Cavite State University Imus campus. Of course, to introduce myself, I am Milagros Viado, currently working at the Cavite State University and one of the professor holding sciences and, of course, in the department under the Department of Biological and Physical Sciences. I graduated as bachelor's degree at the Cavite State University main campus and graduated as the Master's of Science in also the same university. And same thing as also as the one invited and serves as the research panelist in various sciences and technology fairs and has presented my research in different area, either in the international and local. Okay, for the abstract, excuse me for a while.
Ma'am Milagros?
Okay.
Ma'am
For the
Mila-
abstract of my study, which
excuse
is
me, Ma'am
street-
Milagros? Ma'am?
Yes po. Do you hear po? Naririnig niyo
Ma'am
po ako?
Milagros, would you mind to please click the slide share?
Okay, yes ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. The slide share button, ma'am, is on the bottom right.
For a while. Sorry ma'am, for a while.
Nasa baba po, ma'am, at the...
Yes ma'am, I already
Right.
shared,
Ah,
but it's not working.
Ma'am, would you like us to share your presentation instead?
Yes ma'am.
Okay,
You
thank
may.
you. All right, please continue, ma'am. Mamila? Hello, Mamila? Mamila, you can
Yes
now,
ma'am.
please continue
Okay.
now your presentation. Thank you.
Okay, sorry ma'am for a while. Okay, street foods become efficient and accessible to its consumers since since consumable goods are being sold anywhere in the streets. However, it was found environment exposure and contamination. Thus, this study examined the food safety knowledge, attitudes, and practices scores of food business establishment in the immediate vicinity of Cavite State University Imus campus, and during the data gathering, 23 respondents answered the survey. The researchers used descriptive survey as their research design in terms of interpretation of the collected data. Pearson's correlation coefficient was used to determine the relationship between the knowledge, attitude, and practices scores. For the respondents, while the Spearman's rank correlation was used to determine the relationship among independent t-tests, and one way of analysis, variance, were also used to determine the differences among ranges of their demographic data. The results through the level of food safety knowledge and attitudes of vendors were acceptable. However, the level of food safety practices, street food vendors had the majority between medium and low level. The research food safety program focusing in its practice and have food inspection along with it. So, of course, the study, it was also discussed the different parts of the survey that it has, the methods that it has been used. So, of course, the sampling participants, we have to gather the different sampling of the different participants within the study used research and science of the study. So total population sampling was gathered into 3 phases: the food safety knowledge, attitudes, and practices of food business establishment, immediately the vicinity of Cavso. The questionnaire was translated into Filipino to correspond with the primary language of the participants. A survey of the mean and standard deviation where computed data were statistically analyzed using independent t-tests. One-way analysis of variance, Spearman's rank correlation coefficient, Pearson's correlation, which is all about use in order to assess the relationship between the food safety knowledge and the food safety practices, was also used to assess the significant difference between the male and the female vendors. On the other hand, one-way ANOVA was utilized to measure the difference among their age, monthly income, completed, of course, the education type of sold food and type of business space. Meanwhile, to address the potential ethical issues of the study, the consent letter was prepared and was given to the participants. Okay, next slide, please. Slide 5. To answer the first sub-problem about the demographic profiles of the respondents, age, sex, monthly income, years of experience completed, education, and type of business premise were shown in the table. A total of 23 food business establishment vendors in the Cavite State University Imus campus participated as respondents of the study. They consisted of 17 female and 6 males. There were 3 respondents who were below 20 years old. 4 of them were 21 to 30 years old. Another 4 of them were 31 to 40 years old, while 7 were 41 to 50 years old. And 5 were 51 years old and above. Most of the respondents had a monthly income below 20,000 pesos, which the least number of respondents had a monthly income of 10,000 to 20,000. Of the respondents had less than the years of experience. 5 of them had 5 to 9 years of experience. 2 had 10 to 14 years of experience. Another 2 had more than 19 years of experience, and 1 had 15 to 19 years of experience based on their completed education. 9 of them attained secondary education. 6 had attained upper secondary education in school. Another 6 attained college education. 1 had no formal schooling, while another 1 had a postgraduate degree for the type of business premise. 10 of the respondents rented a place without permit. Okay, please, as in terms of the slide number 6, of course, to answer the second sub-problem about the food safety of food business establishment, vendors, out of 3 of the street food vendors with below age of 20 found acceptable in their food safety knowledge, and 1 vendor found medium in assessing their food safety knowledge, while 4 street food vendors ongoing 21 to 30 years and found acceptable on their food safety knowledge. There are 3 food vendors with the age of 31 years old, well acceptable knowledge in total of 7 food. One of the 7 food safety knowledge, there are 3, while 1 food vendors raised major and the medium of assessment of food safety knowledge. In total of 7 food vendors found acceptable with an age range of 41 to 50 years old. Lastly, the food vendors with the age of 51, the remaining one found in law interpretation of assessing the food safety knowledge of
Ma'am Mila?
street food vendor. Moreover, the food will the remaining two vendors are enlisted to 1 medium pound each.
Excuse me
So
po, Ma'am
for-
Mila? Ma'am
Yes, ma'am.
Milagros? My apology, but again, I have to cut you there. It's
Yes,
already,
po.
time is up.
Okay, so thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much for your presentation.
Okay.
But our evaluator, Dr. Lian, has a question or comment for you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Good afternoon, Ma'am Mila.
Yes, good afternoon, Doc Lian.
Congratulations for presenting such an important paper because there are lots of foodborne diseases that we are experiencing sometimes, especially in schools facility. Maybe just a suggestion with regards to your paper. As I have
Doc.
heard in your presentation, you're more focused on food safety knowledge. Am I right?
Yes, Doc.
Yeah, but in your title, it's much diverse analysis, probably a larger scope of analysis when it comes to food safety of food business establishment. Just for the improvement of the paper, siguro if we want really to focus on food safety, maybe we could apply experimental approach such as physical analysis, sensory analysis, and microbiological analysis of the food to test the safety of the food being served for the students.
Doc.
But
That is
all in-
that is for the second phase of my study, which also involved the main focus of the study examining the food safety of the food business establishment, which is one of the critical concern for to secure the welfare of the students. Of course, we're going to conduct a laboratory test for the second phase in order for us to make sure that we must have to test the different food taken from our different vendors. And of course, we're going to endorse that and linkages to the different organization such as the DOST and other linkages.
Yes, it's good that you have the second phase for the analysis. It's much better to have an experimental analysis in the second
Yes,
phase.
Doc.
Congratulations,
Thank
Ma'am
you.
Mila.
Thank you, Doc.
All right. Again, thank you very much, Ma'am Mila and Dr. Lian, for your suggestion. All right. And we're almost done with our technical session. We have one more. Yes. Isa na lang. All right. We have an online presenter in Zoom. Okay. Ready na si sir? All right. So we have
Yes,
Mr.
ma'am. Ready.
Okay, we have Mr. Jose Lerio Batula for his paper entitled Sports Equipment Monitoring and Athlete Profiling with Decision Support System for Cavite State University Imus Campus. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Solerio Batula. I present the simply video in the presentation. I can share the video presentation. Good afternoon, everyone, the fellow researchers, the panels, and of course, my fellow faculty in Cavite State University, Imus Campus. Good afternoon. Here's my research entitled Equipment Monitoring, Athletes, Profiling with Decision Support System for Cavite State University, Imus Campus. Of course, my name is Joselary Batula, as known as Sir Boots. I currently a faculty in 18 years experience in teaching profession. He inspired my goal to assisting the students and discovering purposes belonging in their careers. I was born in Lucena City in Quezon Province. I started to work a computer technician and consultant and later took the opportunity to teach in academe. He received his Master of Science Information Technology for AMA Computer College, earned his Master Information Technology at TUP Manila last 2018. I'm sports coordinator of Cavite State University Imus Campus. My abstract of my research, the study introduced the sports equipment monitoring, athletes profiling, or SEMAP, with decision support system, aiming to streamline centralized operation, reduce manual procedures, enhance collaboration among coaches, coordinators, and improving student-athlete profiling. The purpose of SEMAP is tailored to operation needs to support association and comprise a 6-module. The first module is account module. The second is equipment borrowing module. The third is a sports performance monitoring module. The fourth is a system setting module. The fifth is a substation management module. And the last module is the report module. The SEMAP was developed using the JavaScript, CSC, Bootstrap, MySQL, with tools like the Visual Studio Code, the SMAP server. The study utilized the Angular methodology to ensuring flexibility, interactive development, and collaboration. Since quickly, the system performance evaluate using ISO 25010 standard covering the functionality, reliability, usability, maintainability, portability, and security. Evaluating the system employed propulsive sampling target by the sports coordinators, coaches, athletes for accurate and reliable data. The online survey indicate the highest score across the characteristics, classifying the system as excellent. That conclude that the participants expressed the high confidence in SEMAP, citing expectation and endorse its overall excellent performance, signaling the positive impact on the sports management at the Cavite State University Imus Campus. Table 15 criteria, the grant means interpretation, all the mean score is all 4.64. And then the description of my research, growing number of athletes, followed by the normal evaluation of data retrieval, and the essential and work intensive. Of course, the monitoring, which is the sports equipment manual inventory, and the borrowing with number of records log. This is the current technically situation. And the description of my research, the sport equipment monitoring at this profiling SEMAP with decision support system provide a central view of essential information including organization details, sports lists, equipment lists, and athletes coach lists, as well as user activities and other relevant data. There is some screenshot of my research, the equipment monitoring athlete profiling with decision support. And other description, the one is account module. This provides the managed user account and regulates each user to access privilege. The super admin or admin rules to oversee the validation of other user account and various process to secure the system record and information and modify the setup homepage of the system information content. And the coaches, this user can access the record, validate the official and unofficial athletes registers, requests, add event achievement, upload sports training materials, and a process of sports equipment borrowing. And the account module, the last is the student athletes. The student can create their account and manage their profile. They can be also registered to be events tryout using the system. The next module is the equipment borrowing module. Allow the super admin and other administrator to list and manage the organized equipment. There is a form of borrowing item of the coaches. It's the screenshot. Then, another screenshot for the borrowing module. Allow the super admin and other administrator to list and manage organization equipment. For equipment borrowing, coaches must be complete and borrowing request form, and the returning process user the process to return item and area to click button, triggering the pop-up from the corresponding details for the borrowing records. These records is a printable. And then, the next module is the sport performance monitoring module. This module simplifies the management of team lineups, facilities, the printing, the participating athletes for attendance, and improve the support decision-making of the sport community for tournament event. The next module is the report module. This module is responsible for generating and presenting report based on the data within the system. Number 1, the inventory list equipment. Number 2, the borrowing item, return item. Incident report. Under support are the team, coaches, athletes, tryout, most performing athletes and coaches, cumulatively the visitation and history logs. And then the system setting module. This module is exclusively designed for the super admin and admin access the privilege, providing the capability to provide or to modify and update essential system content. The visitation management module is used to the visitor, to the office the sports coordinator will required to scan a QR code to access the visitation form. The form collect the visitor's information. Once submitted, the data will be stored and can be generated under the report module, making it ready for viewing and printing. And then, the description, the developed system has the following capability. Number 1, the system will centralize the essential information to maintain athletes and coach record, track equipment lists, create support, event lineup, team digitally. The system includes the decision support system, particularly the aiding and creation of the team lineups for the sports event. It can be generate the report needed to manage the sports equipment and records or reports. However, the system has following limitation. The inventory procedures as purchasing, pricing, supply information, stock location is not allowed in the system. The creation of sport-related schedule.
All right. Sir Batula, are you still there? Okay. So I'm sorry, but we have to cut your video because it's already 10 minutes. But Dr. Aris, our evaluator. Yes po. Okay. So Dr. Aris has a question for you, sir.
Yeah. Hello, Sir Batula. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon po, sir.
Okay. So congratulations, sir. I think the study that you have made is the one that is going to impact your sports Hello. That will impact your sports coordination within CABSU,
Campus.
IMOS, yes. But I just have one inquiry, and just for clarification purposes. So you mentioned earlier that you use your DSS to aid, especially forming lineups for sports events, right? So can you give a concrete example on how you are utilizing it in a more practical manner so that we will be understanding it more clearly? So again, sir, congratulations.
Yes, yes po, Doc. For example, for the inputting the players of the separate players, like for basketball, input the players, and right now the system is a decision support system. Right in the, for example, the volleyball players is instant to the volleyball players, and for borrowing equipments of the coaches there's a template is the video into the decision support system, like the other players or event complete the lineup of the other events like basketball, volleyball, badminton, and other events.
All right. Once again, thank you very much, Mr. Jose Lerio Batula. A round of applause, everyone, for Mr. Batula.
Thank you very much.
All right, we are about to end our conference. But of course, we have to recognize outstanding contributions, celebrate achievements, and of course, to formally conclude our conference on a high note. So this time around, let us award certificates for the session chairs, attendees, presenters, advisory board partners, and the most awaited part, we will be awarding the certificate for Best Presenter and Best Paper. Appreciation is awarded to, in recognition of outstanding contribution as session chair at the 7th International Conference on Management, Education, and Emerging Technology, organized by Core Research Foundation on April 3 and 4, 2024 at Cebu, Philippines. Signed, Mrs. Priyanka Sahu, Organizing Committee of the MIT 24, keynote speaker Anand Kumar Soni, and the conference co-chair Dr. Kaushik Mukherjee. So let us award the certificate of appreciation first to Dr. Aris Ignacio. Dr. Alfie, kindly help us. All right. We also have Dr. Jenny Beb F. Espinelli, and a representative from the Cavite State University. All right. Dr. Lian. All right. The same certificate is awarded to myself as moderator.
Kailangan magandang anggulo nito.
All right, next is the awarding of certificates for the advisory board member. So I think the content is the same. All right. So we have Dr. Jenny Beb F. Espinelli as member of the advisory board. Dr. Lian, please. Thank you very much also to Professor Cromwell R. Cabalu. And we also have Dr. Lian Dina G. Ocampo. And of course, Dr. Alpha M. Solino. All right. And then we also have the certificate of appreciation to our co-host. Starting off with the Sulu State University, Philippines. Any representative from the Sulu State University? Wala? Okay. May we have May Kawayan College, Philippines. Kindly join us, sir. Okay. Yes, Dr. De La Cruz will be joining us. Ayan. We also have Learning Leaders of Association of the Philippines Incorporated. Mukhang wala po ito. We also have ADGLE Philippines. Wala. AKS University Faculty of Management Studies India. And of course, Cavite State University Imus Campus. Faculty, research presenters of the Cavite, you may join Ma'am Alpha here. All right, we would like also to recognize the guest speaker. All right. Dr. Elenita M. Tianzon. All right, we also have the attendees. We have Miss Ruth R. Aquino. Certificate is also awarded to Miss Ida P. Mandawe.
the certificate. This is Dr. Champson.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much also, ma'am. We will just send the certificate, ma'am, to you.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, the same certificate is also awarded to Miss Janu V. Peralta. The same certificate is also awarded to Kim B. Miolota. Mr. Brian Pagkaliwagan. Mr. Roland F. Real. Miss Teotima Evangelista Gores. Miss Gemma Sordilia Calooy. Miss Joanna Marie Uy Santos. Miss Vina C. Jayubo. Miss Rubilin T. Degrano. Miss Carmina Salvador Beluwan. Miss Rosemary L. Buraga. Miss Madeline M. Tage. Mr. Rodel B. Azura. Miss Angelita H. Balantak. Miss Jessica D. Balatero. Miss Helen B. Boholano. Mr. Joshua D. Bumanlag. Mr. Ryan Christian Tagal Bustillo. Miss Jewel Chua, Dr. Bunarit Chen, Yuana Marie S. Cruz, Mr. Jason D. Dakuti, Michael B. Dizon, James M. Dumagi, Ricky M. Magno, Lian Vina G. Ocampo, Lexber G. Ocampo, Clarence S. Ordonia, Karen Marie Ramirez, Jim V. P. Salise, Chris Angelo P. Salonga, Dr. J.R. C. Tayaw, Egan C. Trabado, Luningning A. Valdez. Ayan. All right. This time for the best presenter. For her title, Revolutionizing Business Ventures, TikTok's Influence on Entrepreneurial Pursuits in the Digital Age, Miss Robilyn T. Begrano. And for our best paper, for the paper title, Assessment of Localized Audiovisual Exemplars for Literature Instruction, Mr. Kim B. Miolata. For our online presenters, we shall have our group photo. Kindly turn on your cameras, please. Again, to our online presenters, kindly switch on your cameras so we can have a group photo. All right. Okay, kindly take a screenshot now. One more. All right, thank you very much also to our online presenters. All right. Okay, to conclude our conference, let us listen to the closing remarks of Dr. Alfe M. Solina, the chairperson of the Department of Management of the Cavite State University Imus Campus, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Doc. Naku, may energy pa ba kayo? Nakikita niyo ba ako with the podium? All right. I hope you still have the last drop of your energy before we go and leave this place. Good afternoon. I have to be in high pitch so that di kayo masyadong mabore. To all of us, of course, it's really a long, long day. Right? So since yesterday, talagang super daming ginawa natin. Let me borrow the words of Albert Z. Cordier, who said that research is to see what everybody else has seen and to think what nobody else has thought. Indeed, we can say that being engaged in this conference has enriched our understanding of several topics and ignited new research interests and even established potential collaborations. The presenters' passion towards their specializations was genuinely contagious, inspiring us all to delve deeper into our own pursuits. Thank you to our virtual presenters and those who are in this conference hall at this very moment. As we culminate, let me challenge each one of us, of course, including myself. Let us not just aim to produce research papers, but aspire to create outputs that can be transformative tools, outputs that can and make a difference. May we all strive to deliver high-caliber researches that contribute to a collective well-being, propel us forward, and promises a better future for all. Over the course of this conference, we explored into pressing topics from education and management to important advancements in artificial intelligence and engineering. A potent insight that certainly resonated with us is that our work's significance transcends academic circles and has the capacity to touch lives and transform societies. Thank you for your active participation and significant contributions in this fruitful event. Our appreciation goes to our partner institution, the Core Research Foundation, through Ms. Priyanka, who is not physically with us, but of course, she's online, for consistently laying the ground and platform for us to share and offer our expertise in the field of research. Thank you as well to our co-hosts, the Polytechnic University of the Philippines, Quezon City, and of course in Manila, the Mekawayan College Philippines, and this conference is of course in association and partnership with ADGLE Philippines, Learning Leaders Association of the Philippines Incorporated, Sulu State University, AKS University, Satna Faculty of Management Studies, India. Our recognition also goes to our speakers, to our hardworking session chairs, Dr. Alexander Bull from Frankfurt, Germany, Dr. Arvin de la Cruz from PUP, sir, who's still around, Dr. Genevieve Espinelli from CABSU IMUS, of course with support of Dr. Lian Vinao Campo, Dr. Aris Ignacio from the Southville International College and School and Colleges, Philippines. I guess they deserve our applause and congratulations. And of course, to the technical team who is still here, the good guys here, headed by their team captain, Miss Ange over there. Thank you very much to all of you. Very equally competent people. And to our team at Cavite State University Imus Campus, thank you so much. And with that, this 7th International Conference of Management, Education, and Emerging Technology has now concluded. I wish you a safe travel back home, be blessed, and see you in the next Meet Conference, maybe in August in Seoul, Korea. You prepare for the next battle of brains of researchers and academicians. Good afternoon, and thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts.
Thank you very much, Dr. Alfe. And it is with a sense of fulfillment and gratitude that we bid farewell to this year's conference. And with that, safe travels to those who are returning home, and we look forward to meeting again in Seoul, Korea. Thank you and farewell.
Just a reminder for those, all of you will be sent your official receipts via email. So just wait for the email from Priyanka. Thank you.
Thank you to our moderators, Dr. Ivy of Isabela State University.